Assalamu alaikum friends. Today I am going to deliver my third lecture on political science of class 12th. In this lecture our topic will be unit number 8, that is globalization and its critiques, and our subtopic will be here the meaning of globalization. Secondly, we will discuss here the consequences, that means the positives and negatives of globalization, and thirdly we will discuss here some anti-global movements that have nowadays occurred in the world. Here we will also discuss, is India in favor of globalization or she is in favor of deglobalization? Dear friends, we should firstly know what is the meaning of globalization. As I have written here, globalization simply means the free flow or more flow of persons, commodities, information, technology, culture from one country to another country. In other words, we can say globalization means the interconnection. It means the interdependence of the nations economically, politically, socially, educationally, environmentally, culturally. When they are connected with each other, the process is called the globalization. Let me try to understand you the meaning of globalization with the help of this map. If these things, that means persons, commodities, information or technology will move from our country, that means India, to rest of the countries, to rest of the world, the process is called the globalization. We can say, if in these things, information, personal, technology, communication will move from this country, from Brazil to rest of the countries, the process is called the globalization. Or when these things will move from this country to another countries, the process is called the globalization. Hope you may have got the meaning of globalization. Dear friends, we will now discuss here some consequences. Consequence means merits and demerits, or positives or negatives of the globalization. Firstly, we will discuss here some positives, that means the merits of globalization. I have mentioned here, firstly, the development of poor countries. It is the first merit of globalization. How this have occurred? When globalization started, when countries started to interconnect, when countries started to enter other countries, what happened? This, we will take here the example, this developed world, means the European world and the North American world, started to move, started to trade, started to invest these poor countries. Poor countries means South America, Africa, Asia here. When they started to invest here, invest means they started to build roads, they started to build industries, they started to invest in agriculture, they started to invest in industrial sector, they started to invest in service sector. What happened? These poor countries got benefit from this globalization. They began to become rich like developed countries. Second merit I have mentioned here, worldwide information. It means by the process of globalization, information reaches within seconds to from one corner of the world to rest of the world. It means if any event occurs here, we will take here example of Spain. If any event occurs here in Spain, within seconds the information reaches to every corner of the world. It is because of globalization. It is because when countries are connected technologically, when they are connected, these information reaches within seconds to the rest of the world. Second merit I have mentioned here, increase in FDI or increase in investment. I have recently, few minutes before, mentioned that this investment has increased a lot when this this developed world started to invest in this third world countries. Third world countries means poor countries, mostly in Asia and Africa. The investment, the wealth of this developed world has increased in these third world countries, in this world. That means the Africa, South America and Asia. Fourth merit of this globalization I have mentioned here, increase in employment. It means when we know that when investment increases, employment also increases. Investment means when industry started to build, when investment started in agriculture, when investment started in industrial sector or in service sector, employment generation occurs in these places. Same is the case with this globalization when this happens in the world. Then I have mentioned here, decrease in prices or quality goods. You know that when there will be only one shop in your village, you have to take the things that are available in that very shop. But if there are 2, 3, 4, 10 shops in your village, you have then the choice to choose the different items from different shops of your village. Same happened here when these developed countries, when these United States or Germany, Japan, United Kingdom, Spain, Turkey, Italy started to invest in this world, more quality products were now available in this world. They were also available on cheap rates. Now people started to buy these things at low prices. It means it is the benefit of globalization. Then I have mentioned here, creation of world peace. You know that when after World War II, these countries, mostly after World War II, these countries started to interconnect with each other in these fields that I have mentioned, told you earlier, in information, in culture, in technology. What happened there? The peace of the world has built. When one person is migrated from one country to another country in search of employment, in search of business, in search of tourism, when they started, तो क्या हुआ इससे? वो दुनिया में पीस आ गया. Then I have mentioned here, mobility of technology. New technologies came from this world. It means the developed world to underdeveloped or developing world. It means we see in India today Samsung phone is here. It is not a product of India. We see Xiaomi phone. It is not a product of India. We see Maruti Suzuki. It is not a product of India. We see Sony or LG or other items that are available nowadays in India that are not Indian products. They are available here because of this globalization. When other countries were allowed to invest here, to sell their products here, so we have then choices here to get this new technology. It means these were some merits that were occurred by the process of globalization. It has also some demerits, now, which we will discuss here now. First demerit that I have mentioned here, interference in sovereignty of nations. It means when these countries, when these corporations or companies started to invest in underdeveloped countries, when companies came from developed countries and started to invest in developing countries, there they neglected the rules of that very countries. They started to obey their own rules there. उन्होंने अपने कानून ही माने वहां पर, जो वहां के, इसका मतलब हो गया अगर कोई कारपोरेशन इंडिया में आ गया इस डेवलप्ड कंट्री से, अब यहाँ पर वो अपने ही कानून मानने लगा, वो जो इस कंपनी के अपने कानून थे, इससे क्या हो गया, जो इंडिया की जो सॉवरेंटी जो थी वो डेंजर में आ गई। इसका मतलब हो गया इंडिया के कानून जो है, इंडिया के रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशन जो है, उन पर बुरा असर पड़ा इससे। इट वाज द डिमेरिट ऑफ दिस ग्लोबलाइजेशन। सेकेंड डिमेरिट आई हैव listed here, suckling of raw material. You know it better that when they started to come in the third world countries or poor countries, mostly in Asia and Africa, they suckled, they take up all the raw material from these countries because there were no availability of industries who can utilize that very material. So what happened by this globalization? These developed countries suckled, they take up all the raw material from these developing or underdeveloped countries. It was the demerit of the globalization. Number third is effect on health. It is the recent incident before our eyes is the COVID-19. COVID-19 occurred in this place. That means it's China. That means China, here in Wuhan or Hubei province. This disease spread within 1 or 2 months to the whole world. It is because of globalization. When countries were interconnected, personally, what happened here? People started to migrate from this place to rest of the world and started to disseminate the COVID-19, that is coronavirus disease of 2019. It is the demerit of this. Other viruses like Ebola virus or swine flu or HIV, that erupted in one country and disseminated in the rest of the world. It is the demerit of this globalization. Next demerit is effect on culture. We know that in India, mostly in Kashmir, there was a distinct culture in earlier times. Nowadays, it is not seen in the world, or in Kashmir or in India, it is not seen in the. It is because we see on the television screens or mobile screens, we see the culture of the Western world or culture of the developed countries, and we adopt that very culture in our countries, which results in degradation of our culture. इससे क्या हुआ, हमारा जो कल्चर जो था वो डिग्रेड हुआ, वो डिसअपियर हुआ, वो गायब ही हो गया। तो यहाँ पर इस कल्चर पर बहुत बुरा असर पड़ता है इस ग्लोबलाइजेशन से, ये इसका डिमेरिट है। Then I have mentioned here technological effect. It means the cottage and small scale industries that were present in the poor countries got disappeared. They got demerit by the process of globalization. Then I have mentioned here influence on environment. When these developed countries established different factories, started mining in developing countries or underdeveloped countries, the air there became polluted, water became polluted, land became polluted in these countries. So these were some demerits or negatives or cons of the globalization. Then there are some events that gives us the sign of deglobalization. Firstly, I will tell you the meaning of deglobalization. Deglobalization means to take the reverse gear from the globalization. इसका मतलब हो गया, अगर हम ग्लोबलाइजेशन से अब दूर रहेंगे, खासकर अमेरिका अब कहता है कि ये कहता है कि मैं इस दुनिया के साथ अब नहीं जुड़ के रहूंगा, मैं इससे दूर ही रहूंगा. Why? It is because of these demerits. They got demerit on their health. They got economic demerits like employment, like investment have badly affected in these developed countries. Now they started to agitate against the globalization. They started protectionism. Best term for this is protectionism. They started protectionism for their countries. There are some events that shows us the sign of the deglobalization. Now, first I have mentioned it here, Brexit. Brexit means ब्रिटेन का एग्जिट होना. ब्रिटेन का एग्जिट होना एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन से जिसका नाम था यूरोपियन यूनियन. यूरोपियन यूनियन इज ए only big organization of Europe, political and economic organization. Most of the contribution in this organization comes from Britain. In 2016, Britain has announced that he will take away their membership from the European Union, and finally on 31st of January 2020, in this year, they take off their membership from the European Union. It is the sign of deglobalization. वो कहते हैं कि हम यूरोपियन यूनियन के साथ नहीं जुड़ेंगे. इसके बाद recently Italy has announced it, because most of the deaths have occurred in Italy. There was no contribution to the Italy from this organization, that means the European Union, and they also started agitating against this organization. It means now these developed countries whose contribution is large to the world now they started to remain aloof from the rest of the world to get benefit from this process. Second, I have mentioned here Mexico wall. It means in 2018, Donald Trump, the president of America, has announced to build a great wall on this border. It means he has discarded the NAFTA agreement. The NAFTA agreement, which was between the Canada, US and Mexico, he neglected that very agreement and started to build and announced to build a great wall on Mexico border. It is the second sign of deglobalization. वो आप ये कहता है कि मैं अलग ही रह जाऊं पूरी दुनिया से. यहाँ पर तीसरा मैंने लिख दिया, that the third very sign, US withdrawal from Paris climate. It means in 2015, environment protected agreement came into the world. This agreement is called the Paris Climate Agreement. In 2017, Donald Trump has announced to remain aloof from this agreement. उसने कहा कि ये environment क्या है, ये pollution क्या है, कि हम इसके साथ अब नहीं रहेंगे इस Paris Agreement के साथ. It is the third sign of deglobalization. Number fourth, I have mentioned here, Israel's withdrawal from UNESCO. In 2019, Israel has withdrew her membership from UNESCO, United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization. It is the fourth sign of deglobalization. And fifth sign is Qatar's withdrawal from OPEC, Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries. It's a group that exports the petroleum products to the world. One of the members, that is Qatar, has withdrawn its membership from this organization. It is another sign of deglobalization. Now there is a question. Is India in favor of globalization or in favor of deglobalization? I will tell you here, India is an importer country. It means she is dependent on imports. She is not an exporter. Most of the items that India uses, that India consumes, she exports from the other countries. It means India needs the help of developed countries to eliminate poverty in the country. to generate employment in the country, to generate agricultural sector in the country, to generate industrial sector in the country, to generate, to develop service sector in the country. It means India has a need of globalization. She cannot remain aloof from the rest of the world. She cannot claim for deglobalization. She cannot claim for protectionism. ये क्वेश्चन आ सकता है, आपके सिलेबस में भी है. Hope you may have got something new in this topic. If you thank you very much.